The air on Earth was thick with dust, and the sky glowed a sickly red. Jiho, a Vraxan scout, moved carefully through a shattered city. His 6 legs clicked on broken stone, and his red eyes scanned the ruins. The Vraxan Empire, a fierce alien force, had torn through this planet, leaving nothing but wreck. Tall buildings, once bright with lights, were now piles of metal and glass. Jiho's hard shell glinted under the dim sun, but his thin antennae twitched. Something felt wrong. He stepped onto a battlefield, a wide field of mud and ash. Human soldiers lay everywhere, their armor broken, their weapons silent. Jiho's 3 hearts beat faster. The humans had fought hard, with guns and tanks, but the Vraxans were too strong. Their ships had burned the skies, their claws had ripped through steel. Now, the Vraxans believed they'd won. Their commanders said the last human was dead, Earth conquered. Jiho wasn't so sure. He stopped by a fallen soldier, a young man with a still face. The human's hand clutched a rifle, empty of bullets. Jiho tilted his head, his antennae quivering. Humans were small, soft, with no shells or natural weapons. Yet they'd fought like beasts, never giving up. Jiho had seen it himself, humans running into fire, shouting, refusing to break. It made his shell itch. Why were they so stubborn? The ground was too quiet. No birds, no wind, just the crunch of Jiho's steps. He clicked his claws, uneasy. Earth felt like it was holding its breath, waiting. He'd scouted other worlds for the Vraxans, planets that fell fast. Earth was different. It had taken months to crush the humans, and even now, the silence felt heavy, like a trap. Jiho's communicator buzzed, a sharp sound in the stillness. "Report, Scout," growled his commander, a Vraxan lord named Kraldar. "Is the planet secure?" Jiho hesitated. He wanted to say no, to warn about the strange feeling, but Vraxans didn't like doubts. "The battlefield is clear," he said, his voice low. "No humans left. Victory is ours." Kraldar's laugh was harsh. "Good. Earth is broken. Begin resource collection. We'll strip this rock clean." The communicator went silent, and Jiho's antennae drooped. He looked at the dead soldier again, then turned away. The Vraxans would take Earth's metals, water, everything. That was their way: conquer, consume, move on. As Jiho walked, a faint rumble shook the ground. He froze, his claws digging into the dirt. The sound was deep, like a machine waking up. He scanned the field, but nothing moved. The rumble stopped, leaving only silence. Jiho's shell tightened. "Just the planet settling," he muttered, but his words felt hollow. He clicked his communicator. "Lord Kraldar," I felt a tremor. "Should I investigate?" "Focus on your task, Scout," Kraldar snapped. "Earth is dead. Don't waste time." Jiho bowed his head, though no one saw. He kept moving, his eyes darting to the ground. The tremor wasn't normal. He'd felt quakes on other worlds, but this was different, steady, alive. Deep beneath the battlefield, far from Jiho's sight, secret bunkers hummed with power. Hidden under layers of rock and steel, they had waited for centuries. Inside, rows of metal pods glowed, their surfaces cold but alive. Each pod held a super soldier, humans enhanced with strength, speed, and minds sharper than any machine. They were Project Rebirth, Earth's last hope, built long ago when humans feared their end. The bunker's AI, a calm voice in the dark, spoke. "Final human life sign lost. Protocol activated." Lights flashed, and the pods hissed, releasing clouds of mist. One by one, the super soldiers stirred, their eyes opening. Muscles flexed, cybernetic implants sparked, and weapons systems came online. The AI's voice echoed, "The last human has fallen. Awaken and reclaim Earth." Above, Jiho reached the edge of the battlefield, where a broken human tank sat, its cannon twisted. He climbed onto it, scanning the horizon. The city's ruins stretched far, a graveyard of metal and bone. His communicator buzzed again, but he ignored it. The tremor still bothered him. He tapped his claw on the tank, thinking. The Vraxans had fought humans for months, losing ships and soldiers. Humans were weak, yet they'd cost the Empire dearly. What if they weren't all gone? The sky darkened as Vraxan ships hovered, their engines roaring. They were landing to strip the planet, just as Kralvar ordered. Jiho watched them, his antennae twitching. He should feel proud, another world claimed, another victory. But the silence gnawed at him. He remembered a human he'd seen weeks ago, a woman who'd thrown a grenade even as she fell. Her eyes had burned with defiance. Were they really all dead? Another rumble came, stronger this time. Jiho stumbled, catching himself on the tank. The ground shook for seconds, then stopped. He clicked his communicator, his voice urgent. Lord Kralvar, another tremor. Something's happening. Enough! Kralvar roared. You're jumping at shadows, Scout. Earth is ours. Report to the landing zone. The line cut off, and Jiho's claws clenched. He wanted to obey, to be the loyal scout, but his instincts screamed. Something was waking, something the Vraxans hadn't planned for. Far below, the bunkers glowed brighter. The super soldiers stepped from their pods, their armor sleek and black, fitted with glowing red and blue lights. They moved with purpose, checking rifles, drones, and blades. Their leader, a tall figure with a cybernetic arm, stood before a screen showing the Vraxan ships above. They think we're gone, the leader said, voice hard. They're wrong. Jiho didn't see the bunkers, didn't hear the AI or the soldiers. But as he climbed down from the tank, a third rumble shook the earth, longer and louder. Dust fell from the ruins, and a crack split the ground nearby. Jiho's red eyes widened. He backed away, his shell rattling. This isn't right, he whispered. High above, Vraxan ships began to land, their claws tearing into Earth's soil. Jiho watched, frozen, as the ground trembled again. He didn't know what was coming, but he felt it, something unstoppable, something angry. The humans were gone, the Vraxans said. But Earth wasn't silent anymore. Jiho turned and ran toward the landing zone, his communicator buzzing with Kralvar's orders. Behind him, the battlefield seemed to hum, a deep pulse the Vraxans couldn't hear. Beneath the earth, the super soldiers loaded their weapons, their eyes burning with purpose. The last human had fallen, and now, humanity's greatest warriors were awake. Deep beneath Earth's broken surface, a bunker hummed with life. Cold lights flickered, and a low buzz filled the air. In a metal pod, Sujin stirred. Her eyes snapped open, sharp and green, as mist hissed around her. She was a super soldier, her body strong, her mind fast, built to fight. Centuries in stasis hadn't dulled her. She flexed her arms, feeling muscles enhanced by science, and stepped onto the bunker's steel floor. Her heart beat hard, but she was calm, ready. The bunker was huge, its walls lined with more pods. One by one, they opened, releasing other soldiers. Men and women, tall and lean, moved like machines waking up. Their armor, black and sleek, glowed with red and blue lights. Sujin's own suit tightened around her, fitting like skin. She touched the rifle on her pod, plasma, light, deadly. This was her world, even if she didn't know what waited outside. A man approached, older, with a cybernetic arm that whirred softly. His face was scarred, his eyes hard but kind. I'm Taeho, he said, voice deep. Commander. Welcome back, Sujin. She nodded, recognizing him from training long ago. Taeho was a legend, a veteran of wars before the Vraxans came. His arm, metal and strong, was a badge of battles won. Where are we? Sujin asked, looking around. The bunker felt alive, screens glowing, machines humming. But it was hidden, buried deep. What's left of Earth? Taeho's face darkened. Not much, he said. The Vraxans' aliens destroyed everything. Cities, armies, people. We're all that's left. Sujin's stomach twisted. She remembered Earth, blue skies, green fields, crowded streets. Gone? She clenched her fists, her enhanced strength making her gloves creak. A calm voice cut through the air, not human, but clear. Project Rebirth activated, it said. A screen lit up, showing a map of Earth, red dots marking Vraxan ships. I am Sentinel, your AI. The last human has fallen. Your mission, reclaim Earth. Su-Jin froze. The last human? She looked at Tae-ho, who nodded grimly. It's true, he said. The Vraxans think they've won. They don't know about us. He pointed to the pods. We're the best, enhanced, trained, preserved for this day. Project Rebirth was humanity's final plan. The other soldiers gathered, their faces hard but ready. Su-Jin counted 30, each one a weapon in human form. Their suits had tiny drones, EMP grenades, and blades that could cut steel. She felt a spark of pride. The Vraxans had taken Earth, but they hadn't broken humanity's spirit. Sentinel's voice spoke again. Vraxan forces occupy the surface. They are stripping resources. You are equipped to fight. Prepare for deployment. The screen showed a Vraxan ship landing, its claws tearing into dirt. Su-Jin's jaw tightened. Aliens, stealing what was hers. She grabbed her rifle, checking its charge. It hummed, ready to fire. Tae-ho raised his cybernetic arm. Listen up, he said. We're not just soldiers. We're Earth's last stand. The Vraxans are tough claws, shells, energy weapons. But we're faster, smarter. We hit hard, we hit smart. Su-Jin, you're with my squad. We move in 1 hour. Su-Jin nodded, her mind racing. She didn't know the Vraxans, but she knew war. Her training, burned into her brain, told her how to move, shoot, survive. Her enhancements made her stronger, bones like steel, eyes that saw in the dark. She glanced at her squad, 5 soldiers with steady hands and sharp eyes. They were ready, and so was she. The bunker's armory opened, revealing racks of weapons. Su-Jin's squad loaded up plasma rifles, nanodrones that could hack enemy tech, and grenades that could fry circuits. Tae-ho handed her a wrist device, its screen glowing. Tactical map, he said. Shows Vraxan positions. Stay sharp. Su-Jin strapped it on, feeling the weight of her mission. Earth was out there, broken but hers. Above, on the surface, Ji-ho scuttled across a ruined field. The Vraxan scout's red eyes darted, his antennae twitching. The battlefield was quiet, but his shell itched. He'd felt tremors, heard rumbles, and now his scanner beeped. Strange energy signals, faint but growing, came from below the ground. Ji-ho's 3 hearts beat faster. The Vraxans thought Earth was dead, but these signals said otherwise. He clicked his communicator. Lord Kralvar, he said, voice low. I'm reading energy spikes, deep underground. Not natural. Could be human tech. Kralvar's growl crackled through. Impossible, he said. The humans are gone. Your scanner's broken, Scout. Focus on resource sites. Ji-ho's claws tightened. He wanted to argue, but Vraxans didn't question lords. Still, he trusted his instincts. He marked the signal's location, a spot near the battlefield, and kept moving, his eyes on the dirt. In the bunker, Su-Jin's squad lined up at a massive door. Tae-ho stood before them, his cybernetic arm gleaming. The Vraxans don't know we're coming, he said. We hit their outpost, fast and quiet. Show them Earth's not dead. The soldiers nodded, their rifles ready. Su-Jin felt her pulse quicken, not from fear but from purpose. She was built for this. Sentinel's voice chimed. Surface access ready. Good luck, Rebirth. The door rumbled open, revealing a dark tunnel leading up. Lights flickered, guiding the way. Su-Jin gripped her rifle, her enhanced eyes adjusting to the gloom. Tae-ho led, his steps steady, his arms lights glowing red. The squad followed, silent and fast. Ji-ho, on the surface, reached a Vraxan camp. Ships loomed, their claws digging for metal. He reported the energy signals again, but Kralvar dismissed him. You're wasting time, the Lord said. Ji-ho's antennae drooped, but he stayed alert. The signals were stronger now, pulsing like a heartbeat. He looked at the ground, half expecting it to crack open. Below, Sujin's squad neared the surface. The tunnel shook faintly, dust falling. Vraxin ships above, Tejo whispered, checking his wrist device. Small outpost. We take it, we send a message. Sujin nodded, her rifle humming. She thought of Earth, her home, stolen. The Vraxins would pay. The tunnel's end glowed with daylight. Tejo raised a fist, signaling to wait. Sujin crouched, her enhanced senses picking up sounds, alien clicks, ship engines. She glanced at her squad, their faces set. The AI's words echoed in her mind, reclaim Earth. She was ready to fight, to show the Vraxins that humanity wasn't gone. As Jiho scanned the camp, a new signal spiked on his device, closer than before. His shell rattled. Something was coming, something alive. He turned toward the battlefield, his claws ready, not knowing that below, Sujin and her squad were about to strike. The ruined city stretched under a gray sky, its broken towers like teeth against the clouds. Sujin crouched behind a crumbled wall, her black armor blending with the shadows. Her plasma rifle hummed softly, its red glow faint in her enhanced hands. She was a super soldier, built for war, and her squad, 5 others, led by Commander Tejo, waited nearby, silent as ghosts. The Vraxin outpost sat ahead, a cluster of metal tents and clawed machines in the city's heart. Sujin's green eyes narrowed. The aliens thought Earth was theirs. They were wrong. Tejo's cybernetic arm glowed as he signaled. Drones first, he whispered. Sujin tapped her wrist device, releasing tiny stealth drones, no bigger than coins. They buzzed into the air, invisible to Vraxin scanners, and sent back images, 20 Vraxins, their hard shells glinting, guarding crates of stolen Earth metal. Sujin's jaw tightened. Those were her people's resources, torn from her home. Now, Tejo said. The squad moved, fast and quiet, their enhanced bodies gliding over rubble. Sujin's muscles, stronger than any human's, let her leap a fallen beam in one bound. Her mind, sharpened by science, tracked every sound, Vraxin clicks, machine hums. The outpost was close, its guards unaware. High on a broken rooftop, Jiho, the Vraxin scout, watched the city. His red eyes scanned the ruins, his antennae twitching. He'd reported energy signals to his lord, Kralvar, but was told to stay put. Jiho's shell itched. The signals had come from this area, and now the air felt heavy, like before a storm. He adjusted his scanner, its screen glowing green. Nothing yet, but he stayed alert. Sujin's squad reached the outpost's edge. Tejo pointed to 2 Vraxins, their claws holding energy lances. Sujin aimed her rifle, its scope locking on. She fired, a silent pulse of red plasma burned through one Vraxin's shell. The other fell as Tejo's shot hit, both aliens collapsing without a sound. The squad moved in, drones hacking the outpost's alarms, keeping them quiet. Inside, Vraxins worked, unaware. Sujin's team struck like lightning. Plasma bolts lit the dark, dropping aliens before they could raise their lances. Sujin rolled behind a crate, firing at a Vraxin who swung at her. Her shot melted its claw, and it fell, hissing. Tejo's cybernetic arm smashed another, sending it crashing into a machine. The drones zapped Vraxin tech, frying their weapons. Jiho's scanner beeped, showing heat spikes. He leaned forward, his 3 hearts racing. Below, flashes lit the outpost red, blue, too fast for Vraxin guns. He zoomed in, seeing shapes move small, not Vraxin, too quick. Humans? Impossible. The Vraxins said they were gone. But Jiho watched a figure leap a wall, firing with deadly aim. His shell rattled. These weren't normal humans. Sujin's squad cleared the outpost in minutes. Vraxins lay still, their machines smoking. Tejo checked a fallen alien's device, its screen showing Vraxin plans. They're purging Earth, he said, voice hard. Burning what's left to take the core. Sujin's fists clenched. The Vraxins wanted to gut her planet. She grabbed a Vraxin scanner, its tech strange but useful. We'll use this, she said. Tae-ho nodded. Good. Their tech's tough, but we're smarter. He tapped his head, his eyes glinting. Our minds enhanced, unpredictable. They can't guess our moves. Sujin smiled, feeling it. Her brain worked fast, seeing patterns, plans, in seconds. It was why they'd won so easily. Jiho's claws shook as he watched. The outpost was gone, his people, dead or fleeing, in moments. He saw a human small, in black armor, tear a Vraxan lance apart with bare hands. Another threw a grenade that sparked and shut down a machine. Jiho's scanner screamed, overloaded by energy. He clicked his communicator. Lord Kralvar, the outpost, it's under attack. Humans, not dead, there. Silence, scout. Kralvar roared. Humans are gone. You're seeing rebels, scavengers. Deal with it. The line cut off, and Jiho's antennae drooped. He knew better. These weren't scavengers. They moved like predators, planned like generals. He had to warn someone, anyone. Sujin's squad gathered Vraxan tech scanners, lances, data drives. One soldier, a young man, hacked a drive, pulling maps of Vraxan bases. They're everywhere, he said. Sujin looked at Tae-ho. We can't stop them all, she said. Not yet. We don't have to, Tae-ho said. We hit hard, make them scared. Other bunkers are waking. We're not alone. Sujin's heart lifted. More super soldiers, like her, fighting back. Earth wasn't lost. Jiho slipped down the rooftop, his 6 legs moving fast. He had to reach the main camp, warn the lords in person. The humans were back, and they were dangerous. He ran through the ruins, dodging broken walls, his scanner still buzzing. Behind him, the outpost burned, a red glow in the dark. Jiho's mind raced. The Vraxans had crushed Earth, but these humans, they were something new. Sujin's squad left the outpost, carrying their loot. Tae-ho led them to a hidden tunnel, one of many built for Project Rebirth. We rest, plan, hit again, he said. Sujin nodded, her rifle warm in her hands. The Vraxan data weighed heavy, their purge plan was real, and time was short. She thought of Earth, its green fields gone, but its heart still beating in her. As they entered the tunnel, Sujin glanced back. The city was quiet again, but not dead. She felt it, humanity waking, fighting. The Vraxans didn't know what was coming. Her enhanced mind spun with ideas, traps, ambushes, ways to hurt the aliens. Tae-ho was right, they were unpredictable, and that was their strength. Jiho reached the Vraxan camp, panting, his shell scratched from running. The lords stood by a ship, their claws clicking. Humans attacked the outpost, Jiho said, voice shaking. Fast, strong, with strange weapons. They're not gone. Kralvar's eyes narrowed. A fluke, he growled. A few survivors. We'll crush them. The other lords nodded, but Jiho's antennae twitched. He'd seen the humans move, seen their fire. This wasn't a fluke. It was a warning. Back in the tunnel, Sujin's squad moved deeper, their steps steady. The Vraxan data showed a bigger fight ahead, but Sujin was ready. Her body, her mind, her team, they were Earth's answer to the invaders. The war wasn't over. It was just starting. The sky above Earth roared with Vraxan ships, their dark hulls blocking the stars. The aliens had learned of the human attack on their outpost and now sent a fleet to crush the survivors. Sujin, the super soldier, crouched in a ruined city, her black armor scratched but strong. Her green eyes scanned the horizon as her squad, led by Commander Tae-ho, prepared for war. The Vraxans thought they'd end this fight. Sujin's grip on her plasma rifle tightened. They were wrong. Tae-ho's cybernetic arm glowed as he spoke to the squad, his voice steady. Other bunkers have woken, he said. Super soldiers across Earth are joining us. We're a resistance now. Sujin's heart lifted. She wasn't alone, hundreds like her, enhanced and fierce, were rising from hidden places. Taeho's wrist device showed red dots, Vraxan bases, ships, and a massive orbital cannon in the sky, ready to burn cities. "We take that cannon down," Taeho said. "Sujin, you lead the infiltration." She nodded, her enhanced mind already planning. The cannon was a floating fortress, guarded by Vraxan elites. Her squad, 5 soldiers, fast and strong, would sneak in, sabotage it, and escape. It was dangerous, but Earth needed them. "Let's move," she said, her voice calm despite the stakes. High above the city, Jiho, the Vraxan scout, clung to a ship's hull, his red eyes wide. His 6 legs gripped metal as he watched the fleet gather. The Vraxan lords, led by Kralvar, were angry, their claws snapping. "Humans live!" Kralvar roared. "Find them, burn them!" Jiho's shell-itched. He'd seen the humans fight small, but fast, with weapons that broke Vraxan armor. He'd warned the lords, but they called it a small problem. Now, Jiho wasn't sure. The humans had spirit, something his empire lacked. Sujin's squad reached a Vraxan shuttle, stolen from the outpost. Its clawed hull was ugly, but it flew. They boarded, Taeho hacking its controls with his cybernetic arm. The shuttle lifted off, cloaked by stealth drones, and soared toward the orbital cannon. Sujin checked her gear, plasma rifle, EMP grenades, a nanoblade sharp enough to cut steel. Her enhanced strength let her carry it all easily. "Stay sharp," she told her team. "No mistakes." The cannon loomed in the sky, a giant ring of black metal, glowing with red energy. Vraxan ships patrolled around it, their scanners blind to the cloaked shuttle. Sujin's squad slipped through, landing on the cannon's outer rim. They moved fast, cutting through a vent with nanoblades. Inside, the fortress hummed, its walls lined with glowing pipes. Vraxan guards, tall and shelled, marched nearby, their lances sparking. Sujin led, her enhanced senses picking up every sound. She signaled, and her squad split, 2 to hack the cannon's core, 3 with her to clear the guards. They struck silently, plasma bolts burning through Vraxan shells. Sujin's strength shone, she grabbed a guard, slamming it into a wall, its lance clattering. Her team moved like a machine, but the fortress was huge, and more Vraxans came. On the surface, Taeho coordinated with other squads. The resistance attacked Vraxan bases, reclaiming a city street by street. Their AI, Sentinel, hacked Vraxan communications, filling their channels with static and fake orders. Vraxan ships crashed, confused, as super soldiers fired from ruins. Taeho's voice crackled over Sujin's calm grounds holding. "Get that cannon down, Sujin." She gritted her teeth, dodging a lance's energy blast. Her squad reached the cannon's core, a glowing red chamber, pulsing with power. 2 soldiers, Minsu and Hyri, started hacking, their drones frying circuits. But alarms blared, and Vraxan elites stormed in, their claws sharp. Sujin fought hard, her nanoblade slicing, her strength tossing enemies aside. Minsu fell, a lance burning his chest. Hyri screamed, dragging him back, but kept working. Jiho, on a Vraxan ship, saw the cannon flicker. His scanner showed chaos, human signals everywhere, Vraxan lines breaking. He watched a screen, seeing the city below light up with plasma fire. Humans, small and unarmored, fought like storms, rebuilding barricades even as they bled. Jiho's antennae twitched. His empire was cruel, taking worlds without care. The humans fought for their home, their spirit unbroken. He doubted his lords, his loyalty shaking. Sujin's squad was cornered, Vraxans closing in. Hyri finished the hack, the core sparking. "It's set to blow," she yelled. Sujin threw an EMP grenade, stunning the guards, and pulled her team toward the vent. Hyri carried Minsu, but another soldier, Jay, fell, his armor pierced. Sujin's heart ached, but she kept moving. "Go," she shouted, firing to cover them. They reached the shuttle, the cannon shaking behind them. Sujin jumped in, Hyri dragging Minsu's body. The shuttle roared away as the cannon exploded, a red fireball lighting the sky. Vraxan ships nearby spun, damaged by the blast. Sujin slumped, her enhanced body tired but alive. Hyri sobbed, holding Minsu. "We did it," Sujin said, voice soft. For them. On the ground, Teho's forces cheered as the cannon's debris fell like stars. The city was theirs again, its ruins glowing with human defiance. Sentinel's voice chimed. Vraxen fleet in disarray. Resistance growing. Teho smiled, his cybernetic arm sparking. Good work, Sujin. We're not done. Jiho's ship rocked, hit by debris. He clung to a rail, his red eyes fixed on the burning sky. The humans had done this, destroyed a cannon, broken a fleet. He'd seen their strength, their will. Kralvar's voice roared over the calm, ordering attacks, but Jiho felt hollow. The Vraxens were wrong about Earth, wrong about humans. He hit his scanner, its data showing human signals spreading. He couldn't fight them, not anymore. Sujin's shuttle landed in the reclaimed city, her squad battered but proud. Teho met them, his face grim for the lost. You gave us a chance, he said. More squads are joining. We'll hit the Vraxens hard. Sujin nodded, her mind racing with plans. Minsu and Jay were gone, but their fight lived. She looked at the city broken, but hers. The Vraxens would learn, Earth wasn't theirs to take. Jiho slipped into the ship's shadows, his claws quiet. He didn't know what to do, but he couldn't serve Kralvar blindly. The human spirit, their fire, had changed him. As the Vraxen fleet regrouped, Jiho watched the city glow, wondering what the humans would do next. Earth's skies burned with streaks of fire as super soldiers struck Vraxen bases across the planet. Cities, once silent, roared with plasma blasts and the hum of human defiance. Sujin, the super soldier, stood on a hill, her black armor scarred but gleaming. Her green eyes blazed, her plasma rifle hot from battle. Beside her, Commander Teho scanned a map on his wrist device, his cybernetic arm glowing red. Their resistance, hundreds of enhanced warriors from hidden bunkers, was winning. The Vraxens, alien invaders, were crumbling. Teho's voice was steady. Their command ships in orbit, he said. We take it, they break. Sujin nodded, her enhanced mind sharp. The Vraxen lords, led by Kralvar, hid in that ship, directing their failing war. If it fell, Earth would be free. Let's end this, she said, gripping her nanoblade. Their squad, 10 soldiers, boarded a stolen Vraxen shuttle, its clawed hull scratched but fast. They launched, the ruined city below fading as stars filled the view. High above, Jiho, the Vraxen scout, stood in the command ship's shadows. His red eyes darted, his 6 legs tense. The ship's halls buzzed with panicked Vraxen guards, their shells dull, shouted as screens showed human attacks. Jiho's antennae twitched. He'd seen the humans fight, small but fierce, rebuilding even as they bled. Their spirit shook him. He'd warned Kralvar about them, but the Lord ignored him. Now, Jiho doubted his empire. His claws clutched a stolen data chip, packed with Vraxen plans. He made a choice. Sujin's shuttle docked on the command ship's underside, cloaked by stealth drones. The squad cut through a hatch, entering a dark hall of black metal. Vraxen elites, tall with glowing lances, patrolled. Sujin moved first, her enhanced speed a blur. She leaped, her nanoblade slicing a guard's lance, her rifle burning through its shell. Teho's cybernetic arm smashed another, sparks flying. The squad fought as one, plasma bolts lighting the dark, drones zapping enemy tech. Jiho slipped into a control room, his shell tight. He plugged the data chip into a console, sending Vraxen plans to the human AI, Sentinel. Take it, he whispered, his voice shaking. The screen flashed, base locations, ship codes, Kralvar's orders. Jiho's 3 hearts raced. He was a traitor now, but the humans' fire, their will to live, had changed him. He saw Sujin's squad on a monitor, fighting toward the bridge. He sent one last message, bridge guards, 10 elites. Be ready. Sujin's team reached the bridge doors, but elites blocked the way, their lances sparking. She dodged a blast, her enhanced reflexes saving her. Teho threw an EMP grenade, frying the guards' weapons, but 2 soldiers fell, their armor pierced. Sujin's heart ached, but she pushed forward, her strength tearing the doors open. Inside, Kralvar stood, his massive shell glowing, claws raised. "Humans," he roared. "You'll die here." Sujin fired, her plasma bolt grazing Crowther's shell. Taeho charged, his cybernetic arm blocking a claw. The squad fought, their superhuman feats overwhelming the guards. Sujin leaped over a lance, landing on Crowther's back, her nanoblade cutting deep. He screamed, falling, his shell cracked. The bridge was theirs, but more Vraxans came, and the ship shook. Human squads below were hitting other ships, chaos spreading. Jiho watched from the control room, screens showing Vraxan fleets fleeing. Human soldiers, fast and fearless, tore through bases, their drones hacking systems. Jiho's scanner beeped. Sentinel had used his data, crippling Vraxan defenses. He saw Sujin on the bridge, standing over Kralvar, her face fierce. Jiho's shell warmed. He'd helped them, and it felt right. Sujin's squad rigged the ship to crash, setting its core to overload. Taeho checked his device. "Other squads report victories," he said. "Vraxans are running." They fought their way back to the shuttle, dragging their fallen. Sujin looked at Kralvar, still alive, his eyes wide. "Tell your empire," she said, "Earth's ours." They launched, the command ship exploding behind them, a fireball in the stars. On Earth, the resistance reclaimed cities. Jiho landed in a stolen pod, joining the humans. He met Taeho, his claws low. "I sent data," Jiho said. "I want to help." Taeho's eyes softened. "You're welcome here," he said. Jiho's antennae rose, his doubt gone. The humans had won him, their resilience stronger than any shell. Sujin stood in a reclaimed city, its ruins glowing under a clearing sky. She held a human flag, its blue and green faded but proud. With a strong thrust, she planted it in the dirt, her enhanced muscles steady. The crowd of soldiers, survivors, even Jiho cheered. "We rebuild," Sujin said, her voice loud. "This is our home." Her eyes burned with promise, her losses heavy but her will unbroken. Taeho joined her, his cybernetic arm sparking. "Other empires might come," he said, looking at the stars. "They'll hear of this." Sujin nodded, unafraid. "Let them," she said. "We're awake now." The city hummed, humans fixing walls, planting seeds. Jiho watched, his red eyes bright. He'd seen humanity's heart, and it was fierce. The sky cleared, blue breaking through gray. Earth, scarred but alive, breathed again. Sujin looked at the flag, its colors catching the sun. Her squad's fallen, Minsu, Jay, others, were with her, their fight won. The Vraxans were gone, their ships dots in the stars. Humanity, thought dead, had risen, its super soldiers leading the way. Jiho stood by Sujin, his shell out of place among humans but welcome. "What's next?" he asked, his voice soft. Sujin smiled, her face tired but strong. "We build," she said. "And we watch the stars." Taeho nodded, his map showing new bunkers waking, more soldiers ready. Earth was theirs, and they'd guard it. The city grew louder, hammers and voices rising. Sujin's flag waved, a sign of humanity's return. The stars above were quiet, but not for long. Other empires would come, curious or cruel, but Sujin didn't care. Her enhanced body, her sharp mind, her people, they were ready. Earth was reborn, and its dawn was just beginning.